Hi, in Matthew 11 verse 28, Jesus said, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Learn from me." Many people have interpreted that as saying that Jesus is promising people to be relieved from the burden of sin. However, he definitely promises this in other passages, but is this what this passage is saying here? Is this a passage that tells people how to get saved? Watch this short video. You'll be very surprised, and at the end I will share how a difference in culture can totally affect the way we read things. God gave Moses the law, or the Torah, meaning instructions, on Mount Sinai. In total, there were 613 commands. God wanted us to be very careful to do everything that's written in the law of Moses or the Torah. But what happens if there seems to be a contradiction as to what we are to do at any given moment? For instance, we are to keep the Sabbath and rest. But what if our parents tell us to do some work on that day? Are we to not work, or are we to honor our parents? For these and similar questions, different sects in the Hebrew culture had developed their own set of priorities within the Torah. So questions like what is the greatest commandment and the second, etc., were very natural to discuss. To really understand this video, we should know about what a rabbi and a disciple is. One of the best short videos I've done on the relationship between a rabbi and a disciple is right here. Be sure to watch it afterwards. The list of priorities that a rabbi would have within the law was considered a yoke. If we can find out what commandments were prioritized over which other commandments, we would know the yoke of the rabbi who taught his disciples. This was the rabbi's system of interpretation of the scriptures. So disciples would be comparing yokes of different rabbis. Jesus' yoke obviously was, first of all, love God with all, and then love your neighbor as yourself. See this video called the Shema on this. So Matthew 11:28 is not a verse on how to get saved, but on how to become a disciple. Hence, Jesus said right afterwards, "Learn from me." Now the interesting thing is, right in the middle of them, he says, "And I will give you rest." That is a reference from the book of Exodus. Watch this video about that. Many times the rabbis would challenge one another, but within the Hebrew culture, that's just a sign of respect. To respect someone is to challenge one another. To ignore someone is to actually show a total disrespect for them. A perfect example is Jesus Christ not answering Pilate. Here in the West, we tend to do the opposite. We try not to rock the boat. We don't want to argue with people because we are afraid that would be considered disunity. So we smile, and we even have an expression for this. We agree to disagree. Because ultimately we want to be in agreement with people. To challenge someone's belief would be disuniting in the West. That's not how it worked in the Hebrew culture though. That's why Jesus was tested so many times. Yes, some folks at times wanted to do harm to Christ, and they actually were part of crucifying Christ. But many times this just meant they respected him and wanted to be able to argue with him so they could sharpen one another. I heard of a rabbi who died. When the other rabbi who always argued with him heard about that, he was very sad because now he didn't have anyone to argue points with and to sharpen one another. So what can we learn from this? Well, for one, cultures are very different. People think very different. Having changed cultures myself a few times, I've been amazed at what is totally acceptable in one culture is totally rude in the other culture. So we need to learn to read the scriptures with Middle Eastern eyes. We need to understand how the original readers would have understood these things. Now, certain doctrinal things are very clear, like salvation by grace through faith in Jesus Christ and what he did on the cross, the deity of Christ, the infallibility of God's word, etc. But especially as we read the stories in the scriptures, we need to understand the background. Hence this channel. If you want to learn more about this, be sure to subscribe to this channel and share this with others. As a matter of fact, this week, share this video with 3 of your friends. It's free. Now, if you were of the Dutch culture, you would jump on that opportunity. Anything free, jump on it. Oh, and STLB, smash the like button. That's free too. Now, I know how you feel. You really like this video and you want to binge watch a bunch of these videos. So check out my playlists. You can watch several videos in a row. God bless you. Till the next video.